Hey everybody, it's Ty again. Welcome back to another episode of the Faithful1o1 podcast. I am your host, Ty Alston, and I'm here with John today. John is from Toronto, representing the Toronto Faithful. How you doing today, John?
Ty, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yeah. We're just hanging out. It's a sunny, beautiful day.
What are the odds down in Florida?
Down in Florida. Two members of the Faithful from up in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Going to sit back and talk a little 49ers. But first, John, I got to ask, being from Toronto, close to Buffalo, most guys up there are Bills fans. How did you become a 49ers fan?
Money. Listen, the Bills is a passion. I get it, but they were always obnoxious, arrogant. Back in the day, San Fran, it was class, it was winning, it was money, and I fell in love with the colors. And, we have the CFL up in Canada, but I'm 50 years old, but back in the day, you knew the franchises were the Niners. If you wanted wins, consistency, class, playoffs, everything, it was always the Niners. I fell in love with the colors, and I fell in love with the passion, and it's a love for me. Yeah. For me personally, when I love football, and we got our Canadian football, but it's just not the same. I see these colors on Sunday and I'm glued to the TV. Yeah.
Same here, and I couldn't say it better myself. It is a passion.
Oh yeah.
Especially rooting for this team. I mean, it's something about seeing these colors and seeing that logo.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
it just brings out something in you.
Yeah, and it's history. Like some of these other franchises, they got 6 rings, but we'll be there. We're gonna get 6. We're gonna get 7. We're gonna get 8.
We're so close.
We're right there.
We're right there.
We got gypped a couple years ago, and
we got gypped this year.
I was watching the Niners in 2019 against Kansas City in Jamaica. And we were up by 10 with 6 minutes to go. And of course, I was in Jamaica and I was having the red stripes. And
Good times.
Saying, we got this. And my wife said, shut up. And sure enough, they blew it. But I mean, we're there. We got the foundation. We got the management, Shanahan. We're okay. We're good.
So you're a Coach Kyle believer. How do you feel about it?
In the beginning, I was not on the Kyle fence, but now I am. I wish we could hold on to our defensive coordinators a little longer. Yeah. I don't like the revolving door there.
We're getting poached every year. That's how good they are.
And they steal them and pluck them from us. Yeah. But we got a good thing going on, and I think it starts with Lynch, and
starts at the top,
and I think it's good. I think it's good that the ownership left them alone. When we had Harbaugh, I loved Harbaugh. Yeah, but I think the ownership was getting involved too much, and Harbaugh just said enough's enough, right? Yeah. But now that I think they've stepped aside and they're letting people actually do their jobs, I leave them alone for the next 5 to 10 years, and let's see what we can do here. And I think, I think we got the foundation for a few rings easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, and I think that's something you mentioned there that doesn't get talked about enough. It's the maturation of Jed York. To let him take a step back, and let the football people that he hired handle the football stuff.
Yes, 100%. And you can see it with our rivals. Don't turn into a Jerry Jones.
No.
You know what I mean? Don't turn into a Jerry. I got cousins, I got family, they love the Cowboys, and another historic franchise. But step aside and let people do their jobs. Let them run the organization. Let them run the franchise. And you're the owner. You sit back. You have your whiskey or scotch and collect the money. But let people do their jobs.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I think that's what. I think Shanahan and Lynch, they got a good thing going, and I think they're just gonna. I think we're in for a good run here. We really do.
We certainly are. 3 NFC championships in the past 4 years, a Super Bowl appearance in there. How do you feel about this year? Let me put it to you like this: if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, what do you think our chances were?
Listen, not to take anything away from the Eagles, they were a good smack mouth team, but I think if Purdy hangs in there, you're allowing everyone else to be free and do their thing, and that game, I think we win that game. I think it's a close game, but I think we win it. We had a better defense. You know, I don't think Samuel, he did nothing throughout the playoffs in the sense that nothing explosive, right? He never had that breakout game like he did against the Rams last year. He never had that explosive breakout game, and I was expecting that, but the minute Purdy went down, I mean, it really horseshoed things, right?
Debo did have one big game. I forget if it was against Dallas or Seattle. He did one game. We went for like 133 yards.
Seattle. He had a big game against Seattle.
Yeah, scored.
But
I'm
TD. Talking that game he had against the Rams. He was doing.
Well, yeah, we did everything.
He did everything. Right?
Team on his back, you know.
And that's why he got the contract he got, and he held out. And good for him. He should have. But I just think the team had so many obstacles against them this year, with Lance going down, with
and then
Jimmy going down, and you know, it's just like, what more can you take? And then Purdy going down. It's like, how many quarterbacks do you need? You know?
Well, then our fourth went down.
And our fourth went down, right?
And we literally had none.
I think they could have brought, when they knew Purdy was done, I think they should have brought McCaffrey in earlier, a quarter earlier.
Yeah, just to see if he could throw some passes, do something.
Right, but I mean, now you're reaching for straws, right? I mean,
exactly. There's only so much you can do when you literally, don't have a quarterback.
100%.
Yeah, we were definitely. I think that what hurts us is we were robbed of the opportunity to see what could have happened. Because the team, what was it? 10-game winning streak, 11-game, however many games it was.
Yeah.
And riding high, and from blowing people out to being in close-knit battles, offensive battles, defensive battles.
And you're talking injuries all over the board.
Yeah.
From the minute, Lance went down to Jimmy, then to Purdy. I mean, I don't know. It's just what a franchise. I love them. I mean, I love them in Canada. We love them. This is my Sundays, right? This is my Sunday, and I'll live and die with these guys. Always have, always will. I take a lot of heat. I take a lot of heat up in Canada.
Well, let's talk about that. What's the Toronto, faithful like? Is it a lot of you guys?
No, I think it's a whole. I think it's a whole California thing. Like, they perceive California as arrogant and all that. I try to keep the politics out of it.
Right.
I'm just there for
You're just here for the football.
I'm there for the football. I don't care about all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on in our world nowadays. I'm here for the colors. That's all I care about.
We want to be entertained by our team, root for our team.
I'm there for football. And when you talk veterans, you talk idols, you talk champions, you talk legends. I mean, come on,
it doesn't get much bigger than this.
It doesn't get much bigger than this had, right?
Right.
And I was in Tampa Bay for week 3. My brother's down here in Tampa. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
And I saw Rodgers and Brady go at it. I wore my colors to the stadium.
Yeah.
I wore my colors.
Yes.
But you wouldn't believe how many people I met with this hat on, this jersey.
Yes.
And they weren't even from San Fran, like me from Toronto, right? And it's just a bond. It's just I don't know. It's just a historic bond. And it's like, football, champions. Yeah. This is it, right?
Yeah. It's like a lot of us like to say, we're not just a fan base, we're a community.
Oh yeah.
And and when we see each other with these colors, it's like an automatic bond that takes place. To everybody out there listening and watching, we just met today.
Yeah, just an hour ago.
We just met today.
And I'll tell you a story.
You
yesterday.
saw my hat, saw his hat, and boom, here we are.
Yes, I'm visiting my brother in Tampa Bay, and I brought my family today and to Disney, but yesterday, my brother and I snuck out for a few beers before the Super Bowl. He's a 49er, number 1, lives in Tampa Bay now. That's a second. We just went out for a pint at a pub, and sure enough, another guy walks in with a 49ers hat. Yeah. And we're taking pictures of the 3 of us, right? And we're like, what are the odds? Yeah. And it was just, it's just a bond. It's
just that bond. And you see each other, you instantly connect. Same way you mentioned, you went out to a game, the Tampa Bay game, and you wore your hat and everything. Oh, yeah. This year I happened to get invited to a game against the Jets versus the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Okay. I've been there.
I wore my hat and my red 49ers hoodie, and I had my jersey on, and I was decked out. In that whole sea of yellow and black, I was decked out in all red.
You know, that one guy standing out, right?
Yeah, and I represented my team, and that's the way it is, and it's the way it should be.
When we went down to the Week 3 game in Raymond James, my brother said, "You got to come on, you got to support my team for the weekend, right?" And I said, "No, I said, I'm not supporting anyone." I said, like, classy fans. The Packers were classy fans. They were great fans. They traveled well. I hate Rodgers. I hate, like I say the word, I despise the Packers. I despise Brady. I am not leaving my colors. My colors are my colors. And if I get heckled, if I get booed, I don't care.
Nope.
I don't care.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's just the way it is. And that's how I am. And
it's the same way we are. A lot of us are that way. You know, you can see it in the way we travel, the way we go. It's the same way you could just bump into anyone anywhere wearing this hat or wearing something with a logo. And you're like, oh, it's one of us. There we are. And you rep your team no matter what.
Whenever I travel, like I got, I'm from Canada. I got my Canada shirt on. But I mean, I don't wear my Leafs or my Blue Jays. I wear my San Fran. You know. Call me crazy, but that's my team. That's in my blood.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely in the DNA.
Oh yeah.
I know you're here with the family. Are you raising your kids to be fans as well?
They have no choice.
They have no choice.
I have a daughter who's dating. She's dating a Seattle Seahawks fan. And he's not allowed in the house during the games.
All right, good man.
My wife and my kids. My other daughter's 4. She came out of the womb in a 49er red.
There you go. See, that's the way to do it.
That's just the way it is. But no, they're good. They love the football, and they love a winning team. It all comes down to winning, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And we're doing that right now. We are winning.
Listen, you don't always have to win the Holy Grail. It would be nice.
Yes.
But we're relevant. We're real. We're there. We got the foundation. And I really think we can pull off. Before you know it, let me tell you from Canada, before you know it, the Niners will have the most Lombardi trophies in the NFL.
Yes.
I think that's coming. I think it's there. And
we're so close. And you mentioned something very key. We're relevant.
Yeah.
The relevancy is back, you know, from like how we were in the 80s, early 90s. We were always relevant, you know, always a contender.
Yes.
And that's the position that we are in right now.
And I like, again, I'd love to get down to a game. I got it. That's one on my bucket list. Maybe the Yorks send me up some tickets.
That's right.
And get me down there.
Make it happen.
But listen, I'd love to bring my family down. I love the fact that ownership is staying out of it and letting people do their thing.
Yep.
I really do. And people, you know, they want to win. They want to do it, and it's going to happen.
It most definitely will.
It's going to happen. It is.
Number 6 is coming, and I feel like you said, number 7 will be shortly after.
Yeah. We got. It's there. Like, you got Bosa. You got all these guys. You got Samuel signed. You got Purdy. Like, these guys. You know, I think McCaffrey's going to break out. I think all these guys got the best defense in the league by far.
Yes.
By far.
Definitely.
And Purdy didn't go down. We're in the Super Bowl. We got the best defense by far. Defense wins championships. Now you got all the weapons. We got all the weapons. It's just a matter of getting everyone healthy, gelling.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. You know, we had our injuries throughout the season this year, but then everyone got healthy during the playoffs, if you noticed. Yeah. We were all there at the same time. We just had an unfortunate break in the NFC Championship.
What I think you guys need on a Sunday, what I think you need on a home game, because you got a lot of the support from Mexico, you need a big Canadian fan down there with his Canadian flag.
Yeah.
And now you're tying everyone in together, and then boom.
I tell you what, you know, you should get a Canadian faithful contingent somewhere. And they start up that Toronto.
I think we need that Canadian contingent.
You know, I'm friends with the guys from the UK faithful. And they make the trip over to Levi, and they hold up their flag proudly, and they wear their colors, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
So I think we're onto something here.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Okay.
You know. So wait a minute. Who are some of your favorite players growing up when you were watching your team?
like I said, for me as a youngster watching, we didn't have all these betting sites back then. Back then, betting was betting.
Yeah.
And, betting was betting back then, right? It was old school betting.
Yeah.
And I like making money. So, Montana, Rice, of course, my two favorite. I loved Ronnie Lott.
Oh yeah.
Roger Craig. I mean, there was just so many guys. You knew on Sunday when they took that field. You knew it was just like. And we'd always bet the over because they were there to show. They were there to.
Yeah.
They didn't want to just win.
Oh no.
They didn't want to just win. It's like they knew what the over under was, and they were covering that spread, and they were running it down.
Well, they were also sending a message.
They were sending a
like,
message.
We're the best.
Yeah. We're not just winning. We're winning.
Exactly.
And there's too many to name. Now you got Kittle. I love
who's
Vernon
some of your
Davis.
favorites right now? I love Vernon. Oh,
I loved Vernon. I loved when he made that catch. I want to say was that against New Orleans?
Yeah, the playoff game.
He made that playoff catch, right?
Yeah, the catch 3 to be exact.
And that was right after the whole Singletary calling him out.
Yep.
Calling him out. And the tears on the sideline. It was just gives you goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
I was a big Frank Gore fan. I love Frank Gore. Frank Gore was a hockey player, a footballer. He loved getting dirty, he loved getting down and dirty. He was a smash mouth runner. He'd punch you right in the mouth, and he always got that yard you needed. There's too many to mention. Too many.
Yeah. You talk about the history of this franchise and all the great players. There's so many. You can go down and run through a list of, and it just makes you feel good talking about them.
You even had our Canadian quarterback. Drawing a blank. Their Canadian quarterback who you stole from the CFL. The bald,
what was that?
The bald guy, redheaded guy. What was his name? Bald guy. But he believed it. He was in the Doug Flutie days, and he came from our CFL. But he actually, if you look back at it, he had so many records. He had so many passing records. Oh man, we're drawing a blank.
Yeah,
drawing a blank.
This is what happens when you're on vacation. You try to talk about things, you can't remember everything.
Yeah, but oh man, the Niners just got. I don't know. You can't compare.
Yeah, you really can't.
There's no other team to compare. I mean, no, not a chance.
Yeah, we're definitely one of the premier franchises in football, in the NFL. And the NFL is better when we're relevant, when we're being talked about in the present or in the past.
Oh, yeah.
There is no comparison.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I like to ask this question. We have Mount Rushmore here in the States with our 4 great people on them. If you can do a 49ers Mount Rushmore, who would you put on it?
Oh man, well you put me on the spot now. But
there you go.
You got Joe the Throw. You got Jerry. I mean, unbelievable. I'm a huge Patrick Willis fan.
Yes.
I think Patrick Willis was unbelievable. I mean, even Navarro Bowman. You had the two of them playing together at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. You don't get a defensive core like that on the same team. But I mean, if I had to pick 4, I'm going Joe. I'm going Jerry. I'm going Patrick, and I'm going Frank Gore.
Frank
Those
Gore.
are my guys.
There you go. That's a solid 4.
Those are my guys. But, I mean, there's so many 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question I tend to ask, if I eliminate some players, and who would you put up there? Because there's so many you can pick from.
Yeah.
Speaking of linebackers, I throw another question at you. So if you had to take your pick, would you start Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman, or Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw? Who would you start in the game?
Hey, that's a good one. Willis and Bowman were mean.
Yeah.
They were mean. They were just mean guys. I mean,
they set a tone.
Yeah, they were mean. I'm going old school. I'm going mean.
Yeah.
I mean, Warner and
And Greenlaw.
And Greenlaw,
Yeah.
I mean, they got time to get mean.
Yeah.
And they're going to get there.
Yeah.
They got time to get mean. But right now, if you're asking me, the old generation were mean.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
no, that's my choice too. You know, I love, and no disrespect to Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. They're great players. I love that we have them.
Yeah.
But Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman were just different.
Oh,
they
were
tone setters. You didn't come over the middle. They could cover too. Their coverage was underrated.
Football's changed
but
too,
football
though.
is changed.
Football's changed in a way. Back in the day, when you came over the middle against those two guys, they were trying to hurt you.
Yeah, they would hurt.
And I don't mean that in a but they were trying.
No.
You weren't getting hard. They were hitting you, so you stayed down.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you're not allowed to do that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, you know, defensive receiver calls and things like that.
Don't get me started on that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they were those guys. Those were the cement guys of the league. You don't find them anymore.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So as we're in off season here, and you know, there's going to be free agency coming up, the draft. There's going to be some things changing on the team, of course. What do you see as our biggest needs in the off season here?
You know what I would love for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it with Brady and Brady retiring. I really hope that they bring back Jimmy.
Really?
And I know that sounds crazy. People are like, no, and he probably, of course, he's not. He's not going to restructure his contract that way. But you got Trey and you got Purdy, and to me, Purdy's your future.
Mm-hmm.
Purdy's the guy, no question. Trey is great, but I think he's injury prone, and I think Purdy's your guy. But I just wish you had that solid foundation piece to just lead those guys and get them going, and then you're in good hands with two of them.
Well, don't you think that Purdy's that guy? Like, wouldn't you want to have them take the reins and not have Jimmy there overlooking his shoulder?
I guess it's just an injury fear.
For Brock.
For both of them, we've been so like,
well, Brock's was a fluke though. It's his only injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I mean, I feel so bad for Trey.
And look how many times Jimmy's been injured.
Yeah, true enough.
You know, so if you compare the two, Brock has had less injuries. I know he's been in the league a shorter amount of time.
It's a bittersweet poison we've had to deal with quarterbacks, because we got two young guys on such contract friendly.
Yes, rookie contracts.
Yeah. Right. And Jimmy restructuring this year to play, like that was a bonus.
That was huge.
I know he's not going to do it now. He wants his payday, and he should get it. He really should.
Yeah.
But I mean, I once they lock up health wise, or they lock up that quarterback issue, and we're good. We got the weapons.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we got the weapons, and I think Trent Williams coming back,
huge.
I think that's
huge.
You can sense there's unfinished business.
Yes.
You can sense it. You can sense it with the interviews, the guys, their demeanor. There's unfinished business. These guys aren't leaving.
No.
And Debo. Like, I thought last year Debo was gone with all that whole contract dispute and all that. But he wants to be here.
Yeah.
You know.
He likes it here.
Yeah.
He likes the coach. He likes the environment.
Yeah.
So
there's unfinished business here, and
definitely
there's good feeling around the team.
Yeah, and remember, Debo was here. He was a rookie when we went to the Super Bowl in 2019. So he remembers what that feeling is like, and we should have won that game.
And we should have beat the Rams.
Yeah, he's chomping at the bit to get back. Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's your difference right there between 5 and 7 Super Bowls right there. We could be there right now. That's what I'm saying. There's good times ahead. Exactly.
Aside from the quarterback position, do you think there's anything else we need to do this offseason to maybe improve or just solidify a spot?
I'd love to have another Joey Bosa on the line.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'd love for him to have another dancing partner. I mean, defense is, that wins championships. I'd love to see them beef up the D.
Yeah.
But running back, maybe. I don't know. There's always some issues with the running back, and McCaffrey can only do so much. And
we'd definitely like to see him spelled sometimes.
But not too far off. Because when you get a diamond in the rough in the draft, we're right there again.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Lynch can pull that off. I think
a lot of us would agree with you on getting another pass rusher. John Lynch said it himself. You can never have too many pass rushers.
No. But I think these guys. these guys know we're this close. They're smart guys. They know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you know, it's time. It's time. We're gonna go on a nice little run here.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel that.
You can see it. All these young guys, they're maturing and they're entering their prime.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're on the cusp. We're right there.
Oh,
We've been this close for 2 straight years.
Yeah.
And, you know, for really flukiness, injuries to the quarterbacks kind of hurt us after being this close. But
that's the thing, right? Like our losses have been losses that shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But we're going to be there. We're good.
We're definitely will be there.
We're good, buddy.
Yeah. But John, it's been great talking to you.
Nice to meet you.
I appreciate you, man. It was great to meet you.
Canada loves the Niners. Well, this Canadian loves the Niners.
That's right. Hey, shout out to Toronto, UK, and everybody. I mean, Toronto, UK. Jesus Christ. I say 49ers Faithful UK too much. I love you guys too much. No, but
so we got
Toronto
to get a Canada Toronto division and
Canadian Faithful. You know, shout out to everyone out there. We love and support you guys. And this is Faithful1o1. Everybody, stay faithful. See ya.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
All right, buddy. That was awesome.